We're going to react to the clip. Eric, if you can kindly pull it up for us, good sir.
Eric, could you please pull up the clip?
Pull it up, Jamie.
Someone said small
Jamie,
hat.
pull it up.
It's called a keepa, guys.
I thought it was called a yarmulke.
Okay,
Tiny hat.
hold up. Before you press play, just I ask everyone pay attention. Just be quiet so we can hear it come through. Go ahead.
Chase, would you rather smash the hottest trans woman in the world or the oldest woman in the world? Honestly, bro, the oldest woman in the world, because then I wouldn't be gay.
What? You really just want me to just rip you a fucking new one.
Are you like, Chase, how dare you be transphobic?
Yes, actually. What the fuck do you mean? Yes, that was
Because
so
if
unnecessary.
I had sex with a trans woman, I'd be having sex with a biological man, and I don't want to do that.
The question is,
That's not what you said, though. That's fine. If that's
Because
what you
I'd
want
be
to say.
gay if I had sex
That's
with a
not
biological
gay.
man.
That's not gay.
That's
And I don't care if you're doing this for like whatever, but like shut the fuck up. Actually,
I'm doing
You
it
look
for
like
what-
you have a
You
loose
need to
respect
respect
his
why don't-
street
that's too far.
identity.
That's
Why
too
don't
fucking
you? Why
far.
don't you make
That's
me shut
too
the fuck
far.
up? Because I have an opinion that differs from yours.
Rage quit.
I mean, that's really hateful,
She's
bro.
not. She's not. It would technically be homosexual. A trans woman is a biological man.
Eric,
It's
switch it to.
human. It's true.
Oh, actually, sorry. Keep going. Sorry. Keep going.
It's not fucked up. It's real.
That's
It's
his,
true.
Okay, if you guys want to
It's
respect
factual.
gender identities, that's his though. That's his sexuality.
Any opinions you want, but
I'm not allowed to say that. I'm not allowed to say that.
Yes, from a biological woman who doesn't even have any trans friends, that was too fucking far.
What?
A man of God who doesn't judge a Christian, yeah.
Yeah, you know what God said? It said He made them man and women. He made them man and woman. I just told you I'm not gay. I'll pass on that. Thanks though. Who knew that stating biological facts would make people walk off the show?
Okay, it's the reunion. What do you guys have to say to each other?
You want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Is there anything you would have done differently in that scenario?
I wish I wouldn't have had to leave. I had to leave because I had made multiple comments beforehand. I was super late for work. No, I had said that multiple times. So let's not.
Stop the cap.
People even in the show had come and said that she did say multiple times that she had to leave for work. I was an hour late to work. I was supposed to leave by 10:30, and the show went on way longer than it was supposed to. So it seemed like a good moment to exit. I wish I would have been able to stay there longer, but no, I did not feel comfortable having a conversation like that with no trans people present at the table. You can have your personal opinion. If you don't want to sleep with a trans woman, that's your prerogative, that's fine, but don't declare your opinion as fact. If you think that if a man chooses to sleep with a trans woman is gay, so be it. That's your opinion. I have no problem with you having your own opinion, but you saying comments like that on a podcast with this many subscribers and viewers hinders men who are straight, because they do exist, who choose to sleep with trans women. And if for you being some godly Christian man, I think you should learn how to keep your fucking mouth shut sometimes when it comes to those topics, because it's very hateful and hurtful. Just like how you've been giggling and sitting here across the table this whole time. If you were such a godly man who's returned his whole life around for God, you should learn for a little bit more acceptance and tolerance when it comes to these platforms. Honestly, truthfully, if you want to say that shit behind closed doors with your other little red pill friends, go ahead and do so, but just learn and recognize the platform you have and how much influence you have. There's already enough trans hate and crime out there. You don't need to influence it more, was my point. Thank you.
There's many things I could say in response to that.
Then say it.
Let me ask you this. Is God tolerant?
I think God made us all in his light. He didn't make any mistakes, right? So if he created trans people, then he did it for a reason.
Did he create trans people, or do trans people choose to be trans?
Go ahead. I feel like you're better off on this one. I would rather you respond.
Okay. I was raised Catholic, and then I converted to Christianity in middle school. In the Bible, it's mainly said, God does not give you more than what you can handle. She asked me earlier, when did you know? This shit was not a fucking choice for me. I can look you in the eye right now and say this was not a choice.
So you didn't choose to go on hormones?
I did.
You didn't choose.
I did,
Hold on.
however-
You didn't choose to put a
No.
She said her piece, and I'm going to ask a couple questions so that she can
really
clarify.
she didn't finish her statement.
I'm going to. I will let her finish, but I'm going to ask a couple questions so she can clarify. My questions are: you didn't choose to go on hormones. You don't choose to dress this way. You don't choose to identify as a woman. You don't choose to wear a weave. You don't choose to put on makeup and present yourself as a woman.
So it's the same way for you, though. It's like me asking you, like, oh, did you choose to wear that shirt today? Because to you it's natural, right? It's 100% natural. Did you choose to get a fade? Of course, because it looks good on you. That's you like. So that's everything that you choose to do, everyday hygiene to you. That's your normal. To me, this is my normal. I didn't choose it. If I think like, oh, like you know what, like I like these hair extensions because they look good and because it's feminine. My energy is feminine. I hope I'm saying that word right.
Okay.
But still, like it's to me that these choices. It's not like I went out of my way and be like, you know what, I'm gonna wake up today and I'm gonna be a fucking bitch. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna present female. Yeah, technically
You went out of your way to do those things.
Technically,
You
I
go out
was
of your way to
already
get a
doing
haircut.
them. I was already doing them from the very beginning. Why did I stop doing it? Because of what other people think.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the original question. You said it's my job as a Christian, godly man to be tolerant because that's what Christians are supposed to do. My original question is God tolerant?
I think it's your job to mind your business.
No, my question to you is God tolerant? You projected
Yeah,
all of these
I would say God
values-
is tolerant.
Okay, so
you educate me?
in Genesis, yes,
Go ahead.
I will. I will educate you on exactly what the Word of God says. In Genesis, it says that when God created mankind, he made them male and female. And in Leviticus, it says for a male to have sexual relations with another man as he would with a woman, that is an abomination in God's eyes and is worthy of being put to death.
How many
Hold
times
on.
has the Bible
Is
been
this
translated?
correct?
How many times has the
As
Bible
an
been
Orthodox Jew,
translated?
is this correct?
Can you let me respond if you're going to make a statement to me before you bring someone else into it, so I don't forget what I'm going to say?
I want to hear what you have to say, but this is correct, is it not?
I don't know what the words are. I don't know what Leviticus would be in Hebrew, because like that's how I learned everything in Hebrew. But the biggest thing that we harp on in Judaism is a man should not lie in bed with another man, and then we take that to mean don't.
Do you guys
be gay.
know that scripture was changed so many times though? Let me finish my
This is
statement
a
before you
point that
start
people
talking.
bring
Let
up
me
all the
finish my
time, and
statement
it's
before
not
you start
true.
talking. Let me
It's
finish my
not
statement
true.
before you interrupt me. Thank you.
You're making falsehoods, but go
I
on.
feel like you should let her finish.
Thank you.
let her
So
finish.
the Bible has been translated. Obviously, that's not a falsehood. It was not written in English, was it? No. Do you know Latin?
It wasn't written in Latin.
Okay,
either.
whatever was
Aramaic.
written in. Oh yes. Okay, it was been.
Aramaic,
My whole point
Greek,
is.
and Hebrew.
Fucking let me finish.
You're
Jesus
trying to educate
Christ.
me on the Bible,
okay,
but
let
you
me
don't
finish.
even
Do
have
it
your most
after.
basic facts
Do it
straight.
fucking after.
You
Let
don't
me
have your
finish.
most basic
Let
facts
me
straight.
finish.
Go on.
You keep interrupting me, but you get so mad when someone interrupts you.
I'm not mad at all.
Oh.
Go on. You're just stating falsehoods and presenting yourself
your
as an
forehead
authority.
wrinkles are giving you away. So
Okay,
maybe get some
continue
maybe
to
get
ad
some Botox.
hominem
Oh,
me.
you brought them back down.
Continue to ad
okay.
hominem me.
So what I was saying is the Bible has been rewritten so many times.
False.
It's been translated so many times.
Faithfully and accurately.
Can you tell him
Okay,
to stop
let
fucking
her
interrupting me?
finish. Like,
He's
she
interrupting
let
every
you-
word I say, dude.
Okay, just continue.
Like
Go
everything
ahead.
I talk, he's interrupting every word. If I do that, you would get on my case.
You both interrupt. It's a conversation. Just go ahead. Go ahead, Keeko.
The Bible has been translated multiple times, and there is proof and evidence stating that most of those translations from those scriptures, they were actually saying a man should not lay with a child. It was not man and man. A lot of things have been translated because there's so much P word that runs through the church that they do things. Oh, reach acting like it's not in the Vatican. We don't have these things.
Hebrew. I'm sorry, I
know where
can't
you-
listen to that false. I learned the Bible in the original language that it was written. I learned in Aramaic and I learned in Hebrew, and it's never a child. It's a man should not lay in bed with another man. And so Jews don't even share beds. Like on sleepaway trips, if we went on overnight, Jews, 2 guys, are not allowed to even share a bed for a sleepover because it's that serious that it also even more so means that you should not do anything gay. But the pedophilia in the church, that's a whole different issue, I think, than this specific issue of like, is being gay right or wrong, is being trans.
My whole
Stay
point
away
is
from that
anyways,
topic,
my whole
guys, but go
thank
ahead,
you
Keeko.
for your information with that. I've read things that differ even in church. The churches I've gone to have said things that differ, so I would like to talk more about you with that. But overall, my whole thing is I don't think in God's light would he want you sitting here shaming people more for what they're doing. What they're doing is not affecting you in your life. So why don't you just mind your fucking business instead of spewing hate on a podcast with so much influence on people? Let them live their lives.
Okay,
Just let
so
them live.
so just really
Why do you
one
care
quick-
so much? Why does it bother you so much? Are you
one quick
attracted
thing,
to them
one
and it
quick
makes you
thing,
feel
one
some
quick
type of way?
thing.
No.
Is that what it
Chase,
is?
Chase,
You
one
seem
quick
you
thing.
seem
I'm
more
going
bothered.
I'm going to respond to that, but Brian, go ahead.
One quick thing. So I would like to try to direct the conversation. I mean, we can have a theological discussion about what the Bible
before
says,
you do
but-
that, this is not about me shaming people. This is not about me doing anything like you just described. I stated biological facts, and you have a problem with me stating biological facts. And the facts that I stated is for a man to have sex with a trans woman He would be having sex with a biological male, which is homosexual. That is what I said. That is all I've ever said. I haven't sat on this podcast shaming people, being hateful towards people. I've stated very basic facts. And you sit on the other side and you're like, you can't do that as the supposed godly Christian man. You need to be tolerant towards people. It is our job as Christians to align ourselves with the Word of God. It is also our job to, as Jesus said, make disciples of the nations and to share the Word of God. And you make all these statements about Chase. You can't be judgmental towards people. Jesus told us we are to judge. We are in this life to judge with righteous judgment, and whatever judgment we apply towards others, we will be judged by that exact same standard with which we judge others. It's not a Christian's job to just walk around the world and be tolerant. It's a Christian's job to combat evil and to combat falsehoods. Okay, and for you to say, oh, it's so hateful and intolerant, and you're trying to shame people who want to make these decisions, it's none of these things. I'm simply speaking truth.
May I add to that as well, that part of what your explanation was that the Bible has been mistranslated over thousands of years, and that it's this game of telephone and we've actually lost the authenticity of the message. That's completely untrue, and it's proven to be untrue by the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I highly encourage you to look at the Dead Sea Scrolls and look at the Hebrew that people have so basically what happened was we found old manuscripts that were thousands of years old in an old cave somewhere in Israel or something like that.
It was in like the 40s too.
In the 1940s, and what we found was that they had been saved through time in these clay pots, and it's an amazing story actually. You should read into how we found these, because some kid was playing around in a cave and he found these clay pots and they had the manuscripts of the Bible within them. And what we found was when people much smarter than me and you translated these documents back into English today, and it matched up perfectly with what we have from the Bible.
There's no way to
right
make a
now.
100% perfect translation, though. No matter.
But I've
seen them in person. I went to this museum in the Dead Sea. I speak
That's
Aramaic.
wrong.
You read it, and it's the exact same text from like 3,000 years ago that they found at the bottom of the Dead Sea with ancient Egyptian chariots from the same story. And a big thing is, like, if you look at the Torah and as instead of it, or the Bible for the English word, if you look at it as a history book instead of just a religious doctrine, it's historically accurate. The things that are written in the Bible are what have happened. You can go and find ancient ruins confirming all the things. Even I went to Israel, I saw all the Jesus things, the St. Peter Apostle, and all, correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but like, it's a historical text document. So I think it's two different arguments, whether it's like, has it been properly translated and are you spewing hate? But I wasn't here for that, obviously.
Okay, let me try to direct the conversation a little bit, because we are getting a little bit into semantics. So if it wasn't
and we do need to go home to have like 2 hours.
Let's talk about the main thing, though. So basically, Chase is saying, you guys said that you disagree with Chase's statement about that
being homosexual.
Yeah.
You disagree with that.
I think it's an opinion.
It's a biological fact.
No, it's an opinion.
It's an opinion.
Why do you disagree?
So, as a trans woman, there's these things that we encounter.
Wait, you gotta speak. You gotta
There's
speak.
these things that we call chasers. Okay.
Okay.
Chasers.
Unironic, named after Chase.
Wait,
Yeah.
like
Great.
No, not.
Chase.
I'm not saying this.
Alcohol? Are we talking about
No,
that? Like,
I'm talking about there's like they're called chasers, like basically men who specifically seek out trans women for their genitals because they like the femininity, whatever.
Because they're gay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
You just
Whatever. No. Let me finish. There's categories to this shit. There's categories to this shit, and let me finish. That's gay. You're going after for the chick with a dick. You want to play with her dick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, but there's categories to this shit.
When you say it's gay, she doesn't get mad at you, but when I say
because
gay,
I can say
so
it.
ignorant.
But
You
I'm
are
saying
so
there's categories.
fucking ignorant.
There's categories
There's
to
no
this
hope
shit.
for you. There really isn't.
There's straight categories
I
to
pray
this
for
shit.
whoever marries you.
Because if there can literally be a guy, let's say let's say for in some crazy world, or no, let's say fucking speaking like real world shit, whatever the fuck. Sorry.
Let's go.
So let's say let's say for you example, or let's say theoretically, like I'm just using an example, okay? I'm not saying you in general, just use an example. You see a beautiful woman, she's like 5'4", she's like beautiful, and you didn't know that she was trans, and let's say she's fully operated. You find her attractive, right? You don't know she's trans. You're attracted to her femininity. And because you're attracted to her femininity, you didn't know that she was a guy. That's a completely different thing. That wouldn't make you gay to find her attractive.
Thank you.
But to have
I need
sex
to
with
weigh
her,
in.
But to go
would
to
be.
but to have sex is a little bit more different because some men
Still
can look
biologically
past
a
the
man.
fact.
So
Can I weigh in on that real
if
quick?
you end up I know now you're saving yourself for marriage, but beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
if you found out that one of the people you had slept with actually was a biological male and
Find that out
trans-
right away.
Bruh,
It's not the same.
you would
I'd
be
be
It's
able to
surgical.
tell.
and
It's
you
a
also,
surgical difference.
you can tell.
It's
They
not.
flip it inside out.
You can
That's
tell.
You
ignorant.
can't make a vagina
Listen,
in a
it's
lab.
like,
Listen
oh, I
to me.
didn't
You can't
know.
always tell. That's
Listen to
so
me, Keeko.
ignorant. That is so
And Allie.
ignorant. You can't
Bruh,
always
As a
tell.
man-
You think a guy wouldn't be able to tell a biological woman from somebody who's
Oh, you'd be amazed.
from
Yeah,
somebody
you'd
from,
be amazed.
if you're
No.
if you're sober
Yeah.
if you're
No.
sober seeing a biological
No.
woman versus somebody who's had their down there hacked apart and re-sutured together.
Listen.
Bro, you'd be able
You
to
guys
tell.
are
Listen,
something
listen.
fucking
No,
else,
listen to me.
dude.
Listen to me.
Something fucking else. I can't.
You can
Do
tell.
you guys, do you hear this, God? Do you hear how
What?
your people are
He
fucking
does.
Said don't
He does.
mutilate your body.
As a man, I can tell.
We
I
can
know.
remove religion from this conversation, but
But
Yeah.
yeah,
You can't.
religion
That's
religion
religion.
completely removed, all right? Last summer, I went to Thailand with my friend.
We already heard this.
There is 30% of the women, 30% of the men, I should say, convert into women, making 15% of the population ladyboys. All right? It's like a third gender because of how prevalent it is. Let me tell you, I know when they're a ladyboy. They're very convincing. They are very convincing. They get their Adam's apple shaved down. They get their jawline shaved down. They do everything to present themselves as a woman. Actually, the most expensive thing that they have to go through is getting their dick chopped off. And so they don't. And so they don't do that. But let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Fucking done again, dude.
As a man, I know that that's a dude. It doesn't matter how feminine they
Wait,
present
before she
themselves.
rage
It
quits,
doesn't matter.
I want to know what specifically is making you upset.
Yeah.
It's just, I just can't believe that people.
You're upset because I
No,
know
wait, I
that
wanna
trans
hear what
women
she
are.
says. I wanna hear what
that's
she
not
says. Why are you
I
upset?
mean, what I'm saying. It's just the laughing, the giggling, it's a joke to you guys, and this is people's lives. The people wake up like they don't feel like they're in the right body, and I work with kids, I've seen the children, it actually affects people, and the suicide rate in the trans community is already so high, and this podcast has so many fucking views, and you guys get up on here and just shit on them and just laugh all fucking time. It's hateful as fuck. Just let them fucking live their lives.
That's not
if they're
what we're
not
doing.
choosing, if they're not bothering you, if they're not trying to trap you into sleeping with them, just let them live their fucking lives. They're not
Okay.
bothering you. Why does it affect you so much?
Okay. Those are good questions.
No, it's ridiculous.
Please,
Grow up.
please,
Mature.
Please,
Mature.
Please let me respond to you.
Go ahead.
Please let me respond to you. Those are good questions. Why do we care so much if it affects us? And also, calling out the insensitivity. Look, I have I don't know what it would be like to wake up every day and to feel like I was born in the wrong body, okay? I don't know what that would be like. And for people that are in that position, I have compassion for them. I can't
You
imagine.
don't. If you had compassion, you wouldn't be doing half the shit you're up here doing.
laughing.
So don't fucking
I'm
lie.
laughing at how callously he's saying.
No,
chop
you've been
their
laughing
dicks
at all
off.
podcasts at jokes. What were the jokes you laughing
Keeko,
about?
Please just let me respond. I have compassion for people that are in that position, okay? And people like that need help, okay? And our society has different philosophies in terms of how we can help people like that. You have like people on the left that want to do so-called gender affirming care, in which people do get operations where their bodies end up mutilated, and a lot of people end up severely regretting it after the fact, and those people end up suicidal. I read their stories all the time. Stories of men.
Detransitioners exist, but that's not.
Hold on. Let me just make my point. I read a story on Twitter a few months ago of this guy who had his penis surgically removed, and he woke up every day and was horrified at the decision that he had made with his life, and he wanted to kill himself. And the reason why someone like me cares is because this ideology, you say let these people live their lives. How does it affect you? This ideology is penetrating all across our society, and kids are now becoming propagandized with this.
The kid that you were talking about would have never thought that way before if they weren't exposed to it at a very, very young age.
She just said that she had no idea what that term was.
Let me just finish my point, and you guys can respond. If you look at the statistics of people that identify as LGBTQ right now compared to previous generations, it is exponentially increasing, because it's not just people living their lives. It's kids going to school, public schools, and their teachers telling them, hey, yeah, you can be a boy if you want to. Hey, yeah, you can be a girl if you
people
want to.
learn that they wouldn't get
Keeko, please
killed.
hold on. Please, I will.
You're
I will
long-winded,
listen.
sorry.
I will listen to what you have to say. I'm making important points here. Kids in that position when they're being told by authority figures, hey, yeah, you're actually a girl, those kids then are getting funneled towards getting irreversible procedures done and irreversible hormone therapy and puberty blockers and all this kind of stuff.
Puberty blockers are
and it completely stunts people's development irreversibly. Okay, and you can go off of them.
As soon as you stop off
you can
puberty blockers,
go
your
off.
puberty will begin, yeah.
You can go off of them, but it changes people's
It will. I
development.
did research all day on this actually, so don't correct me on that.
Okay.
I made a video on this for a news company, but
The
continue.
point is, it is affecting a lot of people, and a lot of it is propaganda as well, and it is changing people's lives irreversibly, and children are ending up mutilated as a result of it. And on top of that, a lot of these transgender procedures and surgeries do not significantly affect the suicide rate. A lot of those people still are suicidal after the fact, and it's not care that's effective.
So I think that there should
Why
be.
I care about this?
There should be. I don't think that you should just be like one day be like, oh, I believe I'm a woman, I believe I'm a male, and you should be able to walk in and just get procedures or get hormone blockers or
Do you
get
think
things.
kids should be able to be
No.
propagandized in school? About it?
Propagandized. That's a very strong word.
Teachers telling
I feel-
8-year-olds you can
if
be a girl
teacher
if you
is
want.
saying,
Is that
if
okay?
a teacher is telling kids it's okay to feel the way they're feeling, I think that is important. Yes. No, I don't think they should be saying, oh, you need to, change
It's not
genders.
just
There's
teachers
also
telling
a
them
very
it's
big
okay to feel the way you
difference, though,
feel.
in a teacher comforting a kid and be like, you know what? It's not that they're shaming, but like, you know what? It's okay. I understand, whatever. But if a teacher's purposely going out of their way to be like, explain that kind of stuff, okay, yeah, I get it.
Not for a classroom.
If a kid, for example, me, if I was let's say, rewind to 10 years ago when I was like 12 or 11, whatever. Let's say if I went to my teacher, my counselor, and be like, you know what? I'm having these feelings, and I don't know if they're right or not. And if she would have been like, at least, I'm not saying, she's not encouraging me, but she's like, you know what? She's not, what's the word? She's not discrediting me either. She's not shaming me. She's not doing anything else. There's a big difference between the two.
But I don't think it's a teacher's place, and hopefully we can all agree with this. Sex and body images and identification should not be the teacher's place. That's between parents, and I think there's a big problem with the way that it's targeted our children in schools and the way that the government has become the parents for society. So I think there are two very unique issues, and I think after 21 or 18, whatever, if you can go buy a handle of tequila, you can technically, legally do what you want to your body. But should you is a very different
So under
conversation.
18, you need parents' consent to do any of this, unless you're illegally consenting it. I looked up all day, the last 2 days since I knew it was coming back, I looked up this all day and
They're
night.
trying to change those laws.
There's also
and I don't agree with
situations
that.
where the parents can be divorced and they only need one parent to consent.
Yeah, and
And they can-
I think that's
and it's an
against the other
8-year-old.
parent's will.
I would say that's wrong. I would say that's
feel-
innately wrong. I would think you need a parent's consent, but they're not. I think his name was DeSantis or whatever from Florida, is making
Ron?
it seem like
Good old Ronald
DeSantis?
DeSantis.
The governor of
DeSantis,
Florida?
Yeah, sure. He's making it seem like everyone just going out here and just getting all these mutilations and gender reconfirming surgeries. That's not happening. The numbers are very, very low. The only one that is becoming kind of prevalent is double mastectomies, because it's really hard for them to stop that because it's an actual medical procedure. So it's hard for them to block that from happening. But kids aren't just getting gender reforming surgeries.
Yet.
And I'm
Yet.
not pushing for that to be, but that's not a problem we
But
have
that-
right now.
that-
The trans
So don't worry
community
about it.
is
It's not a
all of
problem.
them, of course, but there is a large group of people who are pushing this, like the Pride Parade. Ron DeSantis just canceled. He said you will be charged. It will be illegal to sexualize children. To you have a Pride Parade? There's no nudity, none of this. They canceled the Pride Parade because they said we will not be able to do what we want to do, which is sexualize children. So I think it goes hand in hand because people know that the children are the future of this country. And if you want to shove ideology down our throats, you do it with the children and you take away the parental rights in school and parental decisions. At the end of the day, the kids are the most important part of society. And I hope at the very least we can all agree that when you're an adult and you have your own decisions on your own body, you can do what you want and what you truly believe in. But why should a parent even be able to consent to their 12-year-old getting hormone change or getting on puberty blockers? If an adult, my mom could not consent to me drinking
So
a
you
handle
can't start
of tequila
hormones
at
until you're
15.
14. You can't start hormones until you're 14.
Okay.
That's how it is. You can do puberty blockers before that point because puberty blockers are reversible. It's the minute you stop puberty blockers, you will go through your natural biological puberty. The only side effects we know right now is it might affect maybe your cholesterol or your bone density, but you will go through all your puberties once you stop puberty.